You know, everyone draws with a crayon. That's where it started for me. Started doing seasons as well. I always had a sketchbook, always drew away. Obviously, snowboarding and art's got that connection anyway. You look at every snowboard, there's always a cool graphic on it. I'm a snowboarder at the end of the day, and I didn't want to separate the two. And I more so knew where I wanted my artwork to be, you know, with graphics, working with rad companies, my sponsors. Dalikfodda was just something that I wanted to do with a bunch of mates, really. And when I started it and Thrashmore came in, it was kind of separate to my artwork, really. It didn't really have anything to do with that. I just wanted to do something that was rad in the British snowboard scene. There wasn't enough rock and roll, and it's gone 10 years now, and it's like, it's separate to my art, but it's still a part of me as well. You know, it's pretty cool to see all these kids walking around with like Dalikfodda hats on. It's like, I don't even know any of them, but they're still supporting us, and they probably don't even know who I am, but it's cool. You know, 12 years old when I started snowboarding on Sheffield Dry Slope, I never thought ever I'd have the opportunity to work with a company like Lib Tech. It always had to be Lib Tech. And doing artwork for them now is just, it's like a dream come true, you know. When I work with different brands, my style will change. Like when I did the signature line with Dragon, I wanted to be more collage style. And I think it represented what I was doing at the time a lot more. When I'm doing stuff for Lib Tech, it's full on painting on canvases, it's full on getting a brush, you know, seeing that as an art, not a graphic, seeing it as a painting. I tweak a few things that I know is going to work, you know, and how I want it to look as well. Like, you know, this is the snowboard that I've always ridden for Lib, and they always gave it to me. And when they approached me and said, "What board do you want it on?" I'm like, "Well, I want it on the Banana Magic because it's what I ride, and also I know this graphic could work with that sort of style, you know." I've been on so many amazing trips, and I've done so much in Europe and all the shithouse tours with Dalikfodda and with some of my best mates and everything, but that whole opportunity to be there, and you know, I owe him a lot. He's 100% charger, you know, whatever anyone says about snowboarding art in every aspect of life, and the opportunities that he gave me whilst I was there, you know, it was just rad, it was just cool. You know, he didn't have to help me out as much as he did, but just doing exactly what we wanted for a month and just making as much art as we could and introducing me to all the coolest people that, you know, his crew that he used to hang out with back in the day, and going up to Baker and seeing all these rad spots. And yeah, it was the wildest trip I've ever had. Being able to travel and things like that and do artwork, it's amazing, and they're the cool bits that you get out of it. You might not have a TV to watch the X Factor on, you might not have a car in the drive, you might not be able to, but so long as I can paint for a month or so, get that out of the way and be able to afford a plane ticket to wherever I'm exhibiting, that's it for me, because I get to see these places and meet great people. I have amazing opportunities now that I never thought I'd ever have through snowboarding, and it's just gone full circle now. Like being a snowboarder and now doing the artwork, you've really got to keep at stuff like art, and a lot of people don't, and I think it's a shame. There's so much talent in British snowboarding with the art as well, and you know, people like Jono, he's doing exactly what he wants to do. You've got to keep on perpetual motion, keep moving forward with it. You can't think backwards because it's never going to happen. You've really got to push out what you want. This graphic I painted when I lived in my studio in Brighton. It took me 2 weeks to paint. It was 10 foot by 8 foot canvas maybe, it was huge. So seeing this translated into a snowboard now, when I painted it, I never expected the Lib to go, yeah, we want this on that graphic. They choose it, and then I just go, yeah man. They really do back artists, like not graphic designers. It's like, even though there is graphic designs involved with the whole process of it, but when they're speaking to the artist, it's like, you know, what stokes you out? What are you going to be happy with? I've got an art show coming up in London, and it's called Human Nature, and I've just had the first part of that in Seattle with a group of American artists, but all involved with our industry. I'm trying to curate a show. It's the first time I've curated a show, but I've got an input on it, and I want to bring in artists that are involved in our industry. I think skate art shows and surf art shows are great, but to be honest, we don't really have that. So I may as well try and make it happen, and it's going to happen in London in July. We're waiting on the dates. The whole crew is in Seattle, is going to be there, fingers crossed. Jamie, Corey, all those boys. For a kid, just keep on keeping on, keep on chipping away, you know, keep on at what you want to do, and don't let anyone phase you or say no, because that should amp you up to even go, you know what, screw you man, like I can do, why? You know, we need to say that. And I think kids get knocked down a lot nowadays. And I think it's important if they want to do something, just keep at it. It's the best way.